Joe from JL's Tree Service, and I just wanted to introduce to you our custom-built grapple saw truck, aka Excalibur, the Tree Boss. So what this truck is, what's a grapple saw truck? Well, a grapple saw truck, it's essentially a knuckle boom crane that unfolds and lifts things. They've just figured out a way to add hydraulic hoses and fluid out to the end of that crane where you can add attachments to it. So for this truck specifically, the attachments we use are grapple saw attachments. So a grapple saw meaning there's a grapple and a chainsaw built inside this thing. What this piece of equipment does is it grabs onto the tree in the selected spot, grabs it tight, and with a remote control here, we can grab it and cut the tree. When it cuts the tree, it severs it from the tree, carries that piece, swings it to a safe drop zone of our choosing. They're fairly new technology to the arboriculture industry. They've been using these trucks for years in the forming industry where they put forms in a hole to pour concrete or pour a foundation. So they've essentially added hoses and hydraulics to the end of this kind of a truck where we can use it for tree work. There's a handful of these trucks in the country, or in the province for that matter. There's not a lot of them. It's new technology. It's because they're a scary investment. They are expensive, but they're remarkable at how effective they are for residential tree work. So a couple things about our truck here. It is a custom build, so it was quite a tedious design, from custom rest to be able to use the truck on site and move from like place to place on site, like if you're moving 30 yards or whatever without having to take the saw head off. It's got a custom deck here where it's got traction, so when we're up here it's not slippery in the rain. We have a custom light package so we can work at night. For when you call the storm tree or something on your house in the middle of the night, we can go out there and we can work safely. The stabilizers are custom designed. We have a 4,000 pound counterweight in our bumper, so it's engineered for us to be able to back up as close to a structure as we need to maximize the reach of the boom. There's that. Our toolboxes are custom built for where they're located, all that stuff. We have the two saw heads. One's on the crane, one's here, one's a 16-inch cutting capacity, one's a 25-inch cutting capacity. It's been a game changer for how we can serve our clients and do our jobs. Setup is very critical with these trucks. We have to be mindful of your driveways, you have to be mindful of your walkways and your property and everything we're setting these up because they are heavy. It is a crane. So it's a different type of setup, but well worth it when it comes to the risk associated with tree work and tree removal. So a few of the benefits, okay, why using a grapple saw truck? Why use this big, huge, monstrous truck on your property? Number one is safety. The amount of risk these trucks take out of the work of physically climbing up a dead tree or physically climbing a giant tree and trying to rig that down and cut it down into a tiny space with all these targets below, like your house or your pool or your walkway or your fence or your neighbor's property or a wire, things like that. Safety is tremendous, how much safer they are. Efficiency, it's 3 to 4 times faster than traditional tree removal methods, so that helps as far as efficiency goes. We're not on your property as long. Low impact, so now it's not these big pieces of wood slamming down into your backyard or slamming down beside the deck or right onto the patio or leaving giant divots in the yard, those sorts of things. That's what the low impact portion is. The reach on this boom is we have a 114 feet of vertical reach. I know it doesn't look like it has that in it, but it is 114 feet of vertical and 100 feet of lateral reach. And at that reach, we have roughly between 1,000 and 1,200 pounds of lifting capacity, depending on what we're doing or what system we're using or what saw head we have on or what have you, but quite a lot of capacity on there. And as it gets closer to the truck, we have more capacity as the crane retracts. Very, very versatile machine. Very, very efficient, very safe, and don't let the big truck fool you into thinking that it's endless amounts of money. The next thing to talk about is cost. So how we've always priced it is with tree work, we don't turn around and go and charge you double because we're using more of an expensive machine. We just do it more efficiently. Yes, there's a cost associated with tree work, but what is cost worth to you, right? Cost is not having a broken deck, not having a ruined pool, not having a damaged house, not having somebody injured. All those things are far outweigh the difference in the price point of having one of these trucks like ours on your property versus going the other route of guys climbing and taking 2 to 3 days to do the job.